No, folks, it's not Scotty Kilmer that does the breakdancing with his arms. Uh, I'm almost blind. I just came back from the eye doctor about the lump in my eye. Turns out it's a non-cancerous cyst, but it is growing, and it does need to be addressed, but it can't be addressed until October sometime. I've got to live like this with that much discomfort. The purpose of this video is to reach out to, first of all, like Dalton, Pole Barn Garage, Jesse, Atomic Era Motors. Um, Not to mention, I enjoy watching those kids. You see, that's a lost trait of the love of vehicles like those kids have, like I had when I was younger. That's why I watched them. The two of them, the things they say exactly, uh, it is like watching the past through a time machine with them. The same cars, the same situations. I don't know how to express how much I enjoy watching those two guys. And then I had to reach out to like Raising Wildflowers, okay? Jesse was touching the carburetor. Hey, there's no computer, no fuel injection. I forget whether it was Jesse or Dalton. Yeah, it was a regular basic analog engine. Like I'm going to clean my trucks up since I can't see, I can't be productive, I can't even read a tape measure. I was lucky I could turn the camera on. And I was lucky I got home. Only I know the streets, and I set my truck on that drive yourself home feature. Pun, pun. You know, there was a time back before the liberal twinks and the corporate guys that wear those discs on their heads, turned our food to shit. But people are starting to notice that things have lost their flavor. And I'm going to warn you people again about eating those pizzas, because I was fond of a pizza place down in Bethlehem. Real milk cheese, the finest pizza you would ever have. I went down there, I bought one, and I did what I did with two of them I bought around here. I threw it on the burning pile. I couldn't eat it. It's not real cheese, and it is going to cause you gallbladder issues. I'm talking severe, okay? Because there's guys that eat that crap. Pizza's great for lunch. But when there's no real cheese and stuff on those foods, okay, they've turned everything into a nightmare. Just like the point of almost everybody, even like the three that I'm watching, there's many others. We didn't need this bullshit. Computers on everything, surveillance on every street corner. Our government and those disc-wearing peoples created every one of these situations. People want to demand for safety, but there's no accountability, just like in Washington, D.C. Not a shred of accountability. Each one of those Muppets, those mad Muppets, Hillary, Pelosi, Ray, Ratskins, Durbin, Dirty Dicky Doo, they're all on the loose. Fauci, they're all on the loose. What, you called them in and publicly embarrassed them, gave them a slap on the fucking wrist? Anybody else would be in prison serving a prison sentence. As a matter of fact, if I were the president, those sons of bitches would be under the fucking jail. They'd never see daylight again. Not one of them. But I wanted to reach out to you folks, like I said, especially Raising Wildflowers. It's not my eye. It was just the title caught my eye. And factually, everything was fact. And they were regular people on there that are pissed off and fed up with the surveillance and turning our food system to foreign governments, having to spray crap on our food so they can bring it on our soil. Raising Wildflowers, you're right. Find your local butcher. Find your local store. I support my local farm, even though he ticked me off with his firewood delivery. But I'm just telling you, from my own personal experience, you people weren't wrong, okay? And especially when I'm watching myself 40 some years ago, doing the same things I did on YouTube now. Because 40, 50 years ago, when I was Jesse's age and Dalton's age, you couldn't imagine watching yourself on an internet channel, let alone, one of the reasons I thank YouTube, except for some of the censorship that's going on, people aren't hating those disc-wearing people because of no reason at all, okay? It's not even a hate. It's an interceded thing that they did to this country. They took over everything that was good about America and disposed of it. And now all we have is shit and more shit to choose from. It's not the way to go. I mean, I went down to the store the other day. I was so hungry. I make a hamburger barbecue. I use manwich, some ketchup, some brown sugar, some onion. I went down and bought a pepper. It didn't even smell like a pepper. It felt like I was cutting up a piece of leather, and it had absolutely no taste. And not to mention, one of the warnings I have out. Folks, watch the onions. Red onions, I don't know where they're growing them, but they're no good. I get sick on a red onion now. Red onion's actually supposed to be a sweet onion. I don't know where to go for food after this month because I go down the local farm store and I get regular onions. And they don't spoil in the refrigerator within a week. I can have them 3-4 weeks. They have ruined our domestic supplies. And we're dependent on foreign industry because they ruined our industries. And then people wonder why we're upset. It wasn't American lawyers that sued every one of those industries overseas. This was all a communist plot. And Trump bit the apple. He thinks he can fight the entire Middle East. My eye doctor told me today. He's the dumbest fucking stack of shit that's in the White House yet, going along with that. And believe it or not, he has a Jewish family. I couldn't believe the way the man went down the throats of it all. And said our president has become a communist stooge. We're in the early throes of World War III, folks, whether you believe it or not. I don't care if you believe me. You can believe your own beliefs, okay? But I always said Trump had no choice but to shit can China. But when China is like Israel and they're playing both sides of the defense, they're playing both the victim and they're playing both the aggressor. Well, who do you think they got that from? The United States has been doing that the last 45, 50 years. I wanted to thank everybody for watching my videos, and a special friend, I consider JC a special friend. JC DeLong, not JD, whatever his name is, but anyway, got a private chat. It hit me last night about 8:30, and I finally just pressed, call me, dude. And we did kind of a video conference. It was almost like a job interview. No, the guy was really impressed with my work, and I really know my tech. And geez, if I ever thought of living in Florida, I'd probably have a job with him. But anyway, I had more than one conversation like that. But even he said in Florida things are going up and up and up and up. I'm guarding my camera. We're having gross wind coming in here. I even forget what side my mic's on, not that I could even see it. Look, folks, again, Jesse, Dalton, guys like you, I mean, even Derek, Vice Grip Garage or whatever, they've all become a staple. Puddin's an absolute madman there. I think his name's Jake something. I enjoy watching those people. I wish they'd restore some of those cars instead of getting them running and setting them loose. And the truth in that is, before I say thank you for watching my videos again, when a car's parked and it's been in a field or somebody's backyard for 45 years, normally there's something majorly wrong with it. At least here in the Northeast, they drove the tires off of everything. Mainly rust killed a lot of stuff. And then if you look at it closely, it's not just the rust, the transmission's leaking, the motor's gone. There's a reason why it's in somebody's field, the junkyard, or, the backyard. It's pretty much past its prime, okay? And that gets to be us older viewers before we're not around anymore to say thank you, to be able to relive some things and actually share some of the same types of moments like Jesse and Dalton do, Puddin. Some of those same bridges that have been on fire that they're on, when the bridge is on fire, they're on top of it. Well, we've all been there. And it's just, it's nice to see people, they calmly work their way out of it, but they don't show that they've got a large production company behind them and other people, girlfriends and friends helping them. But that's all part of the magic and smoke and mirrors of YouTube. But I'm just glad to be able to watch guys like that and just kind of sit back and say, wow, not everybody can handle almost anything automotive. I mean, there's certain things I don't do here just simply because I don't deal with it. But I mean, there's very few guys today that you can come across. And there's a guy here. They're telling him he rolled in Silverado truck. He needs a new computer. The ECU's shot and this and that. And all it was a vacuum line to the fuel regulator on the fuel rail. You know, at times, the guy wanted to throw me $100 bill, and I just said no. Just recommend people here. It was kind of the wrong thing to do, but he's like, Jesus, they're trying to talk me into $1,800 for a tune and a new computer, and all it is. I said, all it is this, and I don't think it was a mouse or anything. I just think it was old. The truck's a 2000 or 2001. It was a lot like my truck, but only it was blue. Thanks for watching my videos, folks, and thank God that you can go on YouTube and find some real answers, and you can sit down and watch some real people raising wildflowers and the rest of you guys. Hey, thanks for watching me, guys.